In a quiet little village surrounded by green hills and golden fields, there lived a boy named Arden. His home was small, made of clay and straw, and his clothes were often torn from work in the fields. Yet behind those tired eyes, there lived a spark, a dream so big that even the endless sky above him felt too small to hold it. Every morning before sunrise, Arden helped his mother gather water from the river. He carried heavy buckets, fed their only cow, and then went to the nearby market to help farmers sell their crops. Most boys his age spent their time playing, but Arden's world was full of responsibilities. Still, he never complained. Deep inside, he believed his life could change. At night, when everyone slept, Arden would sit outside under the stars, staring at the sky as if searching for answers. "Someday," he whispered, "I'll do something great. Someday, people will know my name." His mother often heard him and smiled sadly. "Dreams are beautiful, my son," she would say, "but dreams alone don't fill empty plates." The villagers used to laugh at him. Arden stopped dreaming, they said. "Boys like us are born to work, not to think." But their words couldn't break him. He wasn't angry with them. He just knew they didn't understand what it meant to believe in something bigger than the world around them. One afternoon, while helping an old merchant repair his broken cart, Arden noticed a piece of newspaper lying on the ground. It had the picture of a young man who had built a small business from nothing. Arden picked it up carefully and read the story. It said, "He believed he could, and so he did." Those words stuck in Arden's mind like fire in dry grass. He folded that newspaper and kept it safe, reading it every night until the paper began to fade. From that moment, he started learning everything he could. He collected torn pages of old books, listened to travelers who passed through the village, and asked questions no one else dared to ask. He learned how people in cities lived, how they worked, how they built their dreams from dust. Years passed, and the boy who once carried buckets was now a young man with sharp eyes and strong hands. His mother had grown older, and their life was still hard. One evening, as the sunset painted the sky orange, Arden said softly, "Mother, I'm going to the city. I'll find work. I'll build something there." Tears filled her eyes, but she nodded. "Go, my son. Just promise me one thing. Never forget where you came from." The city was louder than he imagined. The air smelled of smoke, people rushed everywhere, and no one cared about a poor boy looking for work. Days passed with rejection after rejection. "We need educated people," they said. "You're not qualified." Arden didn't give up. He offered to clean shops, carry goods, polish shoes, anything to earn a few coins. But while he worked, he kept observing. He watched how shopkeepers talked to customers, how traders made deals, and how confidence could open doors that money couldn't. Every mistake became his lesson, and every failure his teacher. One night, exhausted and hungry, he sat on a street corner watching the lights of the city. An old man selling wooden tools stopped near him and said, "You look like someone who refuses to give up." Arden smiled weakly and said, "I have a dream, sir, but I don't know where to start." The old man laughed gently. "Then start small. Everything big begins small." That night changed everything. Arden began helping the old man craft wooden toys and tools. His hands, once used for farm work, now shaped dreams out of wood. He added his own ideas, carving names, adding colors, improving the designs. Customers started noticing. Slowly, the old man's stall became the busiest in the street. After a year of hard work, Arden saved enough money to open his own tiny workshop. He called it the Dreamer's Craft. People smiled at the name, some even mocked it, but Arden didn't care. His work spoke for him. He treated every customer with kindness and built every item as if it carried a piece of his soul. One day, a businessman from the city visited his shop. He was amazed by Arden's designs and asked, "Who taught you this?" Arden smiled and said, "Life." The man laughed and said, "Then life is a great teacher. "I'd like to invest in your work." That offer changed everything. Within a few years, Arden's small workshop grew into a business that provided jobs to other poor workers. He didn't forget his village. He returned, not with pride, but with purpose. He built a small school there, so children could learn to read, dream, and believe the things he once had to fight for alone. The same villagers who once laughed now brought their children to meet him. "This is Arden," they told them, "the boy who thought bigger than the sky." Every night when the stars shone over his house, Arden would look up and whisper, "I did it, Mother. I really did." And somewhere in the wind he could almost hear her soft voice saying, "I always knew you would. No dream is too big for those who refuse to stop believing." Arden proved that you don't need money to start, only courage to never give up. If this story touched your heart, make sure to subscribe for more motivational stories like this. Because one story can change a life, maybe yours.